It's 8 minutes to 12 o'clock. It's 8 minutes to 12 o'clock. I'm just waking up for a little nap. YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube streets. It is what it is. Um, on this video, I'm just going to basically say what my opinion is, what my humble opinion is, and why the world is what it is today. And this is just my feeling, especially us that are black people. We are people of the sun. We are people of the sun. We belong to the universe. But they think that they can trick us into thinking that God lives outside of you. God doesn't live outside of you. God lives inside of you. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what kind of clothes you're wearing. I don't care if you got money in the bank or not. I don't care if you're working. I don't care if you're unemployed. God does not live in a church somewhere. We are people of the sun. We, black people, black and brown and red and yellow, white, we belong. We belong. But especially the black race. We are people of the sun. We thrive in the sun. We live, we work, we breathe, we do everything. But they want us to worship a God outside of ourselves. You know that that particular God that they're telling you about does not exist. Doesn't exist nowhere. And that is just my opinion on it. So when I say arm, leg, arm, head, arm, leg, arm, head, that's 72 degrees. You multiply that by 5, you get 360 degrees. What does that word spell? Allah. God in person. God in the physical. God lives inside of you. When you go and look inside of a looking glass, a mirror, you're seeing the face of God. The image of God is very real. The concept of God is very real, but they want you to worship a God that is outside of yourself. They don't want you to believe in yourself. They don't want you to love yourself. They don't want you to value yourself. They're telling you to look outside of yourself. That's why a lot of us get lost in the source. We're looking for someone to love us, but when we can love our own damn selves. A lot of people come up on this app to gossip about people or to beg for money all fucking day. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm just watching everything. Watching everything and taking notice of everything. And there are some people on this app that have that concept of themselves. And what do the rest of society tries to do to those people? Because there's only 5% of the population that actually believes and knows who God really is. And it's not that dude on a stained glass window in a church somewhere. That God doesn't exist. Those preachers been making money off of that concept for years. The church is one of the biggest organizations in the United States that are not being taxed. They're not being taxed. If we was to start taxing the church, a lot of the bullshit that's going on in the world would stop. All those homeless people would be gone. They would be in homes somewhere. Trust and believe. Trust and believe, man. A lot of people don't like Sister T. Sister T is over there on her channel talking about the homeless population where she lives. She just recently started doing those segments, those videos. And she's right. They got a lot of young people out there in the motherfucking street. But this has been going on in America for a long period of time. Young people out in the fucking street. 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 15, 16, 17-year-olds. Come on, man. They're not in school. If they're young people and they're living in the street, that means they're not at home with their mom or their dad. It's sad. A lot of people say, well, we got certain systems in place to take care of that situation. A lot of those kids, they don't pay attention to that. They don't. If you was to go to New York right now, you would see a lot of homeless children out there on the street. A lot of them. And it's not easy being homeless out there in the street. You got to eat. You got to keep your clothes clean. You got to keep up your hygiene. You got to take care of yourself, whether you're sleeping on a street or not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We got a lot of problems in this world, and it's oh Lord, I just can't go no further with what I'm thinking. You know, Birdman called me this morning and he asked me certain questions about this YouTube app. He asked me about certain people on this YouTube app. Shout out to the chat. And I told him my honest opinion. And he told me, he said, Arabia, I don't mean no harm. Maybe you need to just not support anyone. Seriously, because they don't appreciate you anyway. They're doing videos about you. They're stalking you. Come on, man. I don't make no damn sense. A bunch of sickos over here. But it's not the everyday people that's on YouTube. It's the people that been on me for a while. They're doing it. And they think that shit is cool. It's not fucking cool. It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. But yeah, we are people of the sun. We are not sun worshipers. God lives inside of you, not outside of you, not in a church somewhere. Those preachers, they've been making buku money off of the weak-minded. You're already paying enough taxes. You're already paying rent somewhere. You're already paying a mortgage somewhere. You're already paying a car note. You're already paying a grocery bill. You're already paying for whatever kind of medicines you might be taking. You're paying for certain things to live. And the church wants to take that away. They want to tell you, oh, you got to give us 10%. 10%? That sounds like a gangster movie. That sounds like something a gangster would tell you. Oh, if you come up in here and fellowshipping with us, you got to take 10% of your money and give it to us. So if you got $400 in your pocket, that means you're giving these motherfuckers $40. Fuck that shit. I'm not giving them nothing. You're in existence. Those establishments, the church is in existence, and they don't have to pay taxes. Y'all need to start thinking, man. They don't pay taxes. But me and you, we pay taxes. We pay taxes. It's just ridiculous to me. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, because I was just looking at this lady. She was a black lady, and she was talking about the Sun people, and what she was saying was true. Talking about people going to church, worship, and that's true. God don't live outside; lives inside. Damn, that's why some of us are so fucking lost, myself included. Looking outside of myself, but I know better than that. I know not to do that. Giving all my energy to someone that's never going to give no kind of energy back to me. Not the right type of energy, not the positive energy. I got a bunch of negative energy, yes I do. But what can combat the negative? I got a lot of positive energy as well. So I can't just say, oh, I'm just a bad villain. No. I just recognize that there's two parts of myself. Everyone has it. Yin and yang. Female and male. You know? Don't matter what your sex organ look like. It's what makes you you. You can't be here just coming from your mother's egg. You had to been fertilized from somebody's sperm. So you're living with two different types of people inside of you. Those two different types of people are fighting a battle. It is what I mean, that's just my concept. I'm just talking from off my dome. That's all. Shout out to the chat. I'm glad everyone is having a good Friday. In a few more hours, it'll be evening time. I would have to leave my house and go back to work and do it all over again. Do it all over again. But I've been doing this for years, working and going through trials and tribulations. Some days it's good, some days it's bad. Some days I have my ups and downs, a mood swing. Everybody goes through certain stuff, not just me. I'm not the only one. And I know I'm not the only one. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Y'all just think about what I said. Y'all have a good day. And just try to think about that concept. We are people of the sun, and they want us to worship a God outside of ourselves when we need to acknowledge that we are who they want us to worship outside of ourselves. Arm, leg, arm, head, 360 degrees. Allah. What is the name of Allah? God. What is his number? 7. All right, it is what it is. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. Everyone have an awesome day. Peace.